we're going to talk about masturbation. And then also when we're not masturbating, comics.
Fuck yeah. All right, I'm back in.
Because reading is fundamental.
Reading is fundamental.
Right? And we're trying to stick to the fundamentals.
LeVar Burton had a reading rainbow.
That's right.
Rainbow.
Reading, rear naked chokes, and red band trailers for movies that we watch.
Yeah, something like that.
So anyway, we're going to talk about some comics that we've read, some comics we picked up, and play the good old Ultimate Movie Championship later on.
And then would shame me for not reading, not doing my homework. I did not do my homework,
I almost didn't do it. I did it this morning. I read Post Nuke Dick, which would be the first one I guess we'll talk about. But, yeah. And I kind of skimmed through Birthright, the third one, just because I read it a few weeks ago. So I was... But it's fine. We're not going to review that one. We'll review that one later. But let's get into it, Keith.
Get into what?
Let's get into our talk of Post Nuke Dick.
Let's see it. Oh,
Bam.
shit. Look at that.
So this is one that you found in the dollar bin?
Yep.
At Mile High Comics?
Most of my finds are from the dollar bin. And I found some ones I'm in love with.
Yeah. And this is another Epic comic.
Epic Comics.
Same guys that did Law Dog. Almost a very kind of the same
ilk.
Yeah. That same feel. And then you also have the
and then I bought
the
trade, and it has it's all in black and white instead of color, which I did not know, but it has like extra story to it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So there's more in here than is in those.
I was gonna read that, but then the no color thing, I was like, nah.
Dude, but I really like the coloring of it. Like like that's
why
I'm glad I
read
have both
these too. Yeah.
I'm glad I have both.
Yeah.
And I got the first one or the trade paperback for like $4.
Yeah.
On Amazon.
So that's some of the interior art.
It's got like I
liked it. It's
like
got
a noir type, post-apocalyptic noir type feel.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it happens. When does it happen? Did they say the date?
They don't really
the
say
nuke?
the date, but
it starts off with him.
He's a
mad rush.
He's a very famous private detective, which that's only a movie thing. No one's ever been a famous private detective.
Yeah.
And he's chasing his biggest foe, and it's all is set up to where he has to. He's got a 50-50 chance of like either nuking the world or saving the world. Cuts the wrong wire.
Yeah, it's a situation like a lot of movies. It's like a mad rush. He's trying to get somewhere, and
you can actually feel the tension. Like it's like showing the clock. Like
yeah. It's great. And then he cuts the wrong wire, and then so that starts the story where it's post-apocalyptic or post-nuclear fallout, whatever.
Post-nuke Dick.
Yeah, and
Lance Barnes.
He's still Private Eye.
Yes.
And then it's dealing with the stupidity of humanity after most things are gone.
Which is what would happen. Like
most likely,
most of the dumb people
would
find
prevail.
out.
We'll find out after this next election. We'll see how things actually go when we have a retard in office. But
it's like him and his secretary.
Yep, his
like
one-legged secretary.
Yeah,
which plays into one of the stories.
Yeah.
And each one is kind of like the story of the week. Like this is what.
Yeah.
And they kind of connect.
They always kind of connect.
There's something that connects one story to the next.
But it's like, hey, they're walking at the very end of one, and then they're like, oh, they got here.
Yeah, because even in the beginning, it's only a four-issue run.
Yeah.
And it ties up pretty nice.
And you can get it for pretty cheap on eBay. Like, I found 3 of them in the dollar bin, and then bought a 4 set for like $6.
So, like, the first story is the Big Bang, but it's his 7th case. So, and then there's a different case number for each one. So it's like, it's not exactly in chronological order, or it's not exactly direct continuation from one to the next. It's just like, this is another story with him dealing with fucking idiots in a... And I like the way it tied it up at the end where you kind of found out the beginning part, how it all started, why it all started. And you know, everything how it kind of ties together.
My
why
favorite
they give
part
a shit.
was the mall.
Yeah,
Where they find the mall and there's different like
each
cults,
store is its own little community,
like community
or society.
Cult society.
Yeah, there's the like Mrs. Fields
The
community.
the cookie
and
store.
And then there's the Victoria's Secret, and then and then there's like the shoe, like a Foot Locker. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It'd be cool.
It's just a fun read.
It'd be cool
really
if it was like
art.
a spin-off of some other like pre-Nuke Dick.
Yeah.
Because they did mention that like he had this career before this shit happened.
He was famous. Like people were like, "Oh, you're Lance Barnes."
Yeah. People
the one dude even asked him like, "Whatever happened to your biggest foe?" And he's like,
"Yeah, I stopped it. Everything was fine.
So we're good. Bye."
Don't read the first issue of the comic." Yeah, it's a great fun read. The art's I enjoy the art for the most part. It's got a little bit. It's not as good as the Law Dog for sure. I mean, it's slightly different style. It has like that rough kind of look to it, but not so much to where it takes away like that kind of blocky Trencher. Yeah, that was just mess as fuck. But yeah, I liked it, and I like it a lot with the coloring too. I couldn't do the. I mean, I probably could, but
it's very bland.
I'd be curious. Did you read any of the?
No, I haven't read any of the extra story yet.
All right, cool.
All right,
post-Nuke Dick. You can take those.
Let me get those out of there.
And then I just finished reading earlier today. I read those post-Nuke Dick, and then I just finished reading Volume 2 of Sex Criminals, which we talked about. Volume 1. It's the comic where some people, when they have an orgasm, stop time or slow time down drastically, and come to find out there's almost another world because other people can do the same thing, and then there's sex police, which you find out aren't actually police, that they're just trying to take. It's almost like a mob. They're trying to control the quiet or cum world. So this one comes in a little bit later than the first one, where the main couple is kind of it's also kind of like a relationship. It's kind of got a few things going on. It's got a relationship kind of difficulties. It's got, this kind of weird society, different dimension kind of a thing. But this one's a lot more the relationship, because they're going through harder times, just like most relationships. You do a lot of fucking when you first start, and then things kind of peter out. And then plus the crimes that they were doing, they stopped. They're like, we can't do this because the sex police were on their tail. They found out, so they're like, we got to stop doing this. So it deals a lot with that. But towards the end, they find somebody else. It introduces a new character who was just a good girl who like was never really able to have an orgasm. But like she was this good girl who started to party in high school, and then the partying continued to college, and then she started partying with more people, and she ends up being a stripper to pay for her college, and then goes into porn. And while doing porn, she has her first orgasm and experiences the quiet, but in a different way than these other people are. So they're bringing her into the fold, and then that's kind of like,
so was it
it's
as
kind
good
of
as
setting
the
up
first
a
one?
lot. It's different than the first, because the first was awesome, which this one has too, is where the dialogue and stuff, it's very just open sexually about me as sex criminals. So it's like the dialogue and everything like that was probably caught me off guard more in the first one. So I enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. I enjoy where it's going. It was easy to read once I started reading it today, but it doesn't seem like it's gotten to the meat of things. A little bit, it's like it's kind of like bringing in this new character is interesting because of the way she experiences the quiet. Is like, okay, and then kind of finding out more that this group of sex police aren't aren't actually police. They're just kind of making it up so they can. They're trying to
intimidate. The guy had a dildo for a baton.
Yeah, they're trying to shut everybody else that can do this down so they can have control over the quiet. They want that corner of the universe to themselves so they can do their crimes. So that aspect of it is interesting, but they didn't really develop too much of it. But it's good. I really like the way it's written. The female, actually, I maybe both of them. They break the fourth wall a lot, kind of like Ferris Bueller's.
Yeah, I remember that from the first one.
And it's like it's kind of awkward. I like it. I like it a lot still. But it hasn't. I don't know. It seems like it's lacking something. You know, and I don't know. But I enjoyed it. Looking forward to the third one, which I'll probably order. I don't know how many. I think the third one's the most recent release in this version, but I don't know. I don't know if there's more, or if it ends up there. But again, I mean, I still like the art. Like, this is when they're in the quiet. There's like this, kind of
lasery background from your
kind of ghosty,
elementary.
Colory. Yeah.
The laser background from your elementary school picture.
Yeah. And it's got, it's an adult thing. There's, there's titties and shit. They have sex, and there's.
It's called Sex Criminals, people.
Yeah. I really enjoy it. It's a fun one. But all right. So then you'll get into that. I didn't spoil anything, but really with it. But yeah. I'll just put it right here, I guess.
All right, and then we've had just a couple random, like our buddy.
Yeah, we had a visitor, which we'll talk about. We'll get more into depth on the friend we had from out of town. We'll do that in a couple episodes. But yeah, he brought us a few gifts. Brought us a bunch of gifts.
And he gifted me the Masters of the Universe #1. Which when I was a kid, I had all the He-Man. Like, I had all of them. Like the fucking castles,
the action figures,
everyone.
I had a lot of them too. Yeah, I did too. I had both the castles. When those were popular, it was like a weird time when, like, before the divorce and everything like that. So like it was like one of the.
Plus, those toys were cheap back then.
Were
like,
they?
Yeah, like. But I'm saying, like, they were awesome toys, but they were like $2 at Hills for a fucking He-Man.
Yeah.
Or a G.I. Joe. Yeah. Like, that's what it cost.
Yeah, but things were also cheaper.
Oh, in general, yes. But still, like...
Yeah. I'm sure toys are still pretty cheap.
I love this. Like, it's not in the best condition, but...
it's cool, though.
Who gives a fuck? It's #1. It's old as fuck. Not old as fuck, but...
Yeah. It's our age.
Yeah. It's old enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed this one.
All right, so he also gave us the number. These are all #1s also. So this one is Dragon Slayer.
From the movie?
From the movie, which I'm not familiar with Dragon Slayer. You were, though, right?
Yes, I've seen the movie.
Yeah, which I haven't seen the movie. Haven't really looked at the comic, but it's fucking cool. The art's really badass. So I don't know if the interior art's probably not like that, but the cover art's fucking has that the guy that did Conan. A lot of those paintings kind of looks like that. And there's Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger #1.
#1, yep. Which another not familiar with at all.
I am very familiar with these characters. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, that's a good one.
And then the last one, the one I am familiar with, is Raiders of the Lost Ark. Another one based on the movie.
I love this cover, and I mean it's pretty, like, all these. This he had his kid, so like they got read, like they're used.
Right. Yeah.
Which I almost like the authenticity of, like, it's cool to have a pristine copy of something. If you're
a collector and you're gonna fucking put it in a nice solid frame and keep it, but it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome to. I kind of flipped through this one, and similar to the clearly like the Last Starfighter. It's scenes from the movie.
Yeah.
But it's cool because it's fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark, and
That fucking
that's
movie
an
kicks
awesome
ass.
movie. Yeah.
If you don't like it, fuck you.
So that's a few that we've gotten. Also, or
wait.
you can go.
Yeah, I also I actually spent a little bit of money on a comic instead of just getting a out of the dollar bin, just because I loved this character as a kid, and it's his first appearance. It's Thor 337, the first appearance of what did you name him?
Bojack Thorman.
Bojack Thorman.
What's his
It's,
real name, though?
Beta Ray Bill. Close.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's basically the same spelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it looks like a horse, but
It's fucking horse.
you showed me one picture that looked like a horse, but I don't think it's from the comic.
You respect the Bojack Thorman.
I will not respect anything.
You respect it.
But yeah.
But yeah.
It's a cool cover, and I mean, it is a cool looking character too.
And yeah, I just
Looks more like a chupacabra with
I'm alright with
wings on
that
his
too.
head.
But yeah, I was really happy about this one.
So this is, we're going through a bunch of them that we haven't read, for those curious why we're not talking more in depth about these. But I read the first two, and then I've been waiting for this one to come out. It just got released, which is Fight Club 2, the graphic novel.
A hardcover.
I enjoyed the first two. It's basically takes place in the future, where Marla Singer and fucking Jax, there's a narrator, depending on what you want to call it, Edward Norton's character, are married. They have a kid. She's upset with the fact that he's on medication and no longer crazy. She misses Tyler Durden.
Who doesn't?
So she starts fucking with his medication, and bada bing, bada boom.
Because
Tyler
she's
Durden.
insane.
Because she likes the passion, that she likes the craziness. There's women that like craziness.
Yeah, I know.
And she likes the craziness, and so she starts making the craziness happen, and successfully. So I'm looking forward. But now they have a kid, and the kid may or may not have a similar situation that the dad does. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten into it. I only read the first two books out of, I don't know how many that would be.
It looks like
12 or something.
12.
But yeah. And I like the artwork's cool. They do a lot of they overlay, like especially when the pills and stuff. Let me find some that like they'll overlay like scans of pills, or it makes it look like 3D, covers up dialogue and stuff that basically like losing touch. I like the way it's done. So looking forward to reading that. Haven't had a chance to, like so many. Just after we read all the ones that we read last time, just like it needed a cool down process, and there was a shitload of UFCs.
Yeah, very.
There's a lot of things going on.
Lot of
getting back
UFCs.
in the reading mood took a little while, but yeah, Fight Club 2.
I picked up the first of the next issues of I Hate Fairyland, the special Fuck Fairyland variant.
Yep. So this is volume 2, issue 1.
Yes.
Kind of, whatever the fuck they call it.
I believe the first one was a 5-issue run.
Right. Which we talked about on the last one. I enjoyed it,
in
man.
detail. I really did, and
looking forward to that.
haven't got into it. Kind of want to build a couple up before I really jump into it.
Yeah.
Love the
It's
cover.
kind of like that Suiciders.
Yeah, I kind of want
So
to
I almost want to go back
yeah.
a couple issues, and it's like, what's going on now?
I wish I need to pick
What's
up the
going on
newest
here?
one. What's going
Um,
on here?
yeah. Cool. Looking forward to that. I finally completed the. I talked about the first one when I got it. London Bridge is falling down and shit. And the one I'm talking about is Last Gang in Town, and they're all out of order right now. But I'll just throw that one's the second one, which I don't know if I read that one. I think I did. There's the first one. So it's based in the UK. It's like this character, the main boss lady character, which is this chick in the cover here. She wants to like be the head of, she wants to have a criminal group, a group of criminals, and so she uses a band. She gets a bunch of people together in a band, a punk band, to do crimes, and it takes place in the UK, kind of over different timelines, because it's like it'll flash forward to like 2018 or 2028 where she's an old lady, and then it'll go back to like, I think a lot of it takes place in the 70s. But I like it. I like the interior art. I like the cover art. I like the premise. I haven't read them yet, but I'm looking forward to going through them and reading The Last Gang in Town. It's only a 6-issue? Yeah, 6-issue run. So hopefully it ends up wrapping up nicely, and I enjoy it very much. I hope. Yes.
And I recently got a massive Thor haul. Like, it's the Mighty Thor from like 481 all the way down to like 414 or even lower. Yeah, like the threes. But some of the covers that I really liked, and there were so many, but like just like a Thor versus Thor. There were certain appearances like a Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, a bunch with Loki. I really like this one of the Thor War, the Mighty Thor, the Thor Corp. But yeah, like there was like 30 some of them. Like this one, I love this cover of him shooting some sort of fucking machine gun.
No more nice God.
No more Mr. Nice Thor. It's a nice cover with him and Ghost Rider. And I kind of like some of the more basic ones, like the monotone look of that one. This one I thought was unique because Thor has got a fucking sword.
Right.
And he doesn't carry a sword.
Yeah, he's like done with hammers. He's like, give me something pointy.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it, man. I like swords now. Fuck hammers. Him and like a Daredevil crossover. But yeah, I don't. Then there were like a couple newer ones that I thought were cool. And I'll just show like 3 more. We'll be done. Thor: Sons of Asgard #1.
So yeah, that's a newer
one.
Yeah.
The Mighty Thor: Lord of Earth. God of Men Part 1.
That's a cool looking.
It's
one.
a variant cover. And then Heroes Return: The Mighty Thor. It's from like 98. It's a #1.
That's cool.
But yeah, I got like 34 Thor comics. They're all in really decent condition.
Yeah.
For like $15.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool covers on it too. Flipping through them. But yeah, huge Thor. Now, is Thor one of your favorite characters or something like that? Do you get hard for Thor? Is it his hammer?
Here's the thing. I've always liked mythology.
Uh-huh.
Like whether it be Greek or Roman or Norse. Like I like the idea of the mythological gods actually being like an alien race that we just don't understand it, so we say they're gods, but like they really do exist. And I don't know,
ancient aliens.
I like that. Yeah, I used to love that show. Like even though I'm so skeptical on so much shit, I want to believe. Like if someone caught a Bigfoot, I would come in my pants. Sure. Like like a real Bigfoot, like had it alive, and everyone said this is Bigfoot. Yeah, I'm coming.
I don't know if I'm coming. If aliens, there's nothing I'm coming from. I'm very happy that they exist, but it's not bringing me to the point of
You've
ejaculating.
ever heard of Tears of Joy, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't even cry tears of joy out of my dick hole.
This is comes of joy.
No
comes of joy.
First off, nobody comes from joy, Keith.
Comes of joy.
So last one, we read the first issue of this. I believe we must have talked about it. And I curious to know where it goes from here. So I got the first volume.
Black Science.
Haven't watched it. Haven't watched it with my eyes and reading yet. I haven't watched this documentary, this foreign film.
I love the art. Show some of the like the art in this was the selling point for me when I picked up the first. Those graphic novels are so tight though.
Yeah, it's clean art.
But it's got its own style. Like
for sure.
There's a...
It's, I mean, the characters are kind of like, I mean, it's all good. It's good. I like it. It's got like, I don't know.
Kind of reminds me of almost like a colored,
it almost
Sin City-ish.
Not really. I mean, Sin City is just all like 2 colors, 3
But
colors.
that's what I'm saying, a colored...
Yeah,
Sin City-ish.
That's
type
what makes
of like,
Sin City.
Like sketchy.
Yeah, kind of they have like the far out characters and stuff, like the Frogmen, which I think we showed. It's good. I enjoy it. It's got like that, like a good fantasy style to it, mixed with sci-fi. So I'm looking forward to reading that, getting into
Black
it.
Science.
There's so much to read. But we'll have reviews for more of this stuff coming up for sure. So that's it. Was there anything else?
I believe that I did get the... No, I think that is it.